So my name is Lawrence Moroney. I'm from Microsoft Corporation, and I work on the developer platform evangelism team for Silverli. And one of the things that has been amongst my responsibilities has been particularly working around the internationalization of Silverli and internationalization of WPF, and driving understanding of Silverli in many different countries. I've been focusing on the Asian Rim and helping to deliver some of the projects that you might have seen in the keynote this morning from countries such as China, Korea, Japan, and the rest of the Pacific Rim. Now, we really wanted to do a session at MIX on internationalizing applications and what it takes to actually effectively internationalize a XAML-based application, be it a WPF application, a Silverli application, or some of the new future Silverli mobile stuff that you might have seen in the keynote today. But we thought it would actually be a lot more interesting that instead of Microsoft telling you how to do internationalization of applications, that we actually get the folks who've really done it. And so we have some folks here from Japan, from a company called Second Factory. We have some folks here from Japan from a company called Second Factory they've really shown great expertise in building applications for the international market in both WPF and in Silverli. We have Mr. Kitamura-san, who's going to be showing us some demos of some of the stuff that they've done using these technologies before we move on to Asma-san, who's going to show us really what it takes to build an internationalized application in XAML for Silverli and WPF, and how to actually manage your teams effectively so that you can do this effectively from day one. So without further ado, I'm going to leave the stage and leave it to the real people. So Kitamura-san, take it away.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tetsuya Kitamura. I'm in sales of Second Factory from Japan, as you can see. We specialize in applications with user-friendly interfaces. Today, I'd like to show you our current showcases about international applications. Our first showcase is currently being displayed on Asahi Yamazu website. This is a site. And yes, Asahi Yamazu is one of the most famous zoological parks in Japan. And our application currently consists of the 3D image of Earth. Could you wait for a moment? The image is coming. Yes. The Earth is self-rotating, but thanks to the WPF technology, we can momentarily pause it while we drag the image across the stream, as you can see. There are animal images throughout the stream. If you touch one of the icons, it pulls up the animal's data. So let's take a look. Seals data. Seals is over there. So you can see the seals details of seals. Oh, something wrong. Is it my right? Is it right? It's okay. Is it right? Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at seals data so you can see the detail of the seals. So next, I'd like to know where they live. So this is an illustration about the place they live. And the in the zoological park's image as well. And also, movies and pictures is in the gallery. So, in the gallery, please. As you can see, the pictures and movies as well. Yes. The beauty of this application is its easy maintenance because of WPF technology. You edit and add more contents whenever you please. Thank you. So our second showcase uses a blend of Silverli and Ajax technology. This application is currently used on the Gao TV's website. So it's appeared, yes, this one. Gao is one of the biggest Japanese internet TV channel, including a number of programs and movies. So, as you can see, it is a menu of Gao's most current movies and programs. Silverli technology allows the user to access each movie category with ease. Usually, Silverli 1.0 only allows the display of single byte characters. But as you can see, Japanese character is displayed in these particular applications. This is because we integrated with Ajax techniques. With a touch of the thumbnail, the box of the side gives information about the program. This part is made by Ajax. Thanks to Ajax, program information may be easily edited by Japanese character at any time. This seamless appearance of this application is also made by Ajax. So that side is HTML and the other side is made by Silverli. Yeah. Can we go next one? So our third and final showcase is a demo of kiosk application, which is running on XP embedded with WPF. We made this demonstration for music store. The customers are able to search music with a one by what? Oh, okay. Okay. So we made this demonstration for music store. The customer are able to search music which they want by natural conversation and touching the display. Now, I'd like to show you the movie of this demo. Start with, I will explain to you about the story of it, just a little bit. The guy wants to get CD for using in wedding ceremony and find the kiosk machine in the store. So could you play the movie? So first, I'm a guy, so I have to choose, I'm a male or female. And I choose a male, and the application asks me, what are you looking for? So I'm looking for something for wedding. And the application tells me the result of my wish. Is it moving? Yes? So result is coming. So 10th result is coming. So I'm looking for something, my favorite albums. Not this one. Maybe the other one. Yes. So I choose this album and see the detail of this album. Yeah, and I found some music of it, and I like to hear about that. So I listen to the music. And I like it, so I want to know where is this CD on this music store, and ask the application where it is. So this application tells us the map. Yes, 3D image map. I can drag and see where is the CD on the store. Okay. This application is totally controlled by voice and touching. This is because we integrate it with voice recognition system and WPF technology. As you can see, the demo we prepared for this music store is highly original and cutting edge. As of now, there is no other application that matches it in the industry. It is our sincere hope that this application will be implemented in the near future. Thank you. Now, my coworker, Mr. Asma, will talk to you about the internationalized way of our work. Mr. Asma.
Okay. Oh, yes. Do you like this application? Please share your impression to us any time in the MIX08 time frame. Let's get started again. Hi, everyone. My name is Ken Azuma from Second Factory, Japan. My role is a senior experience architect of my company. Who that combine the technologies and experience like a rule. So I'm going to show you our team model a little bit later. Today I'd like to talk about the internationalizing XAML application in WPF and Silverli, the IA10 things. So here's today's agenda. First, I'm going to talk about why internationalize. Then, what is the internationalization? What are the challenges we face in internationalization? And internationalization is not just translation. And I'd like to show you some of demo for the internationalization with WPF. And I'm going to talk about how to manage your design team to maximize ROI on internationalization and Q&A. So started. And first, I want to talk about why should we internationalize our application. And mainly because this global market is growing rapidly. Every project has its own goals. I think most projects need to be more profitable for stakeholders, including business owner. We can find huge chance to get more profit for project in this growing global market. For example, there are more internet users in Asia than in United States. In Korea, Korea has highest number of broadband users in worldwide penetration. And huge markets are emerging in India, in Brazil, in Russia too. And I think most of our projects tend to be growing their size rapidly, so it costs more. I think world-ready application could cover their costs with adapting to multi-market like game industry. Okay. So what is internationalization? As known as IA10, internationalization is a very important way of thinking, developing about application that is focusing on multi-region market. I want to make sure first about difference between localization and internationalization. I think localization, sometimes known as L10, as just translation existing app with language to another one. According to Wikipedia, IA10 is a process of designing a software application so that it can be adapted to various languages and regions without engineering changes. I think it is even more than that. I'm going to explain about this one by one. This chart below is a high-level overview of IA10 from the Microsoft Global Development Team. We can find localization is included by internationalization as elements like world readiness and market customization. As you can see, globalization is a part of world readiness. Also, customizability and localizability is also included by the world readiness. The world readiness means same meaning with the Wikipedia's one. without changing for the Malta region. Okay. So here's various challenges of IA10. So first, there are various language characters. Character as storage, there are single byte characters and double byte characters. English, French, German, etc. Are single byte. And Chinese, Japanese, Korean, etc. are double byte. As long as CJK are typical type of double byte characters. When I think about orientation, there are Hebrew, Arabic, etc. Bidirectional languages are right to left language. And Chinese, Japanese, Korean has its own vertical mode of writing system. And there's a challenge with format and quantities. We have different thinking about date, time, numbers, time zones, or something like that. And we should think about currencies also. And fourth, it is the most important things in these challenges. We have different customs and cultures. Well, let's take that bit by bit. Yes, for thinking about languages character, I'd like to refer some Microsoft product, both Japanese Word and Hebrew PowerPoint. Let's take a look. Yes, I'd like to show you the Japanese Word. Okay, this is my quick question. How many guys are from foreign countries? Where? Japan. And you? Oh, thank you. And? Australia. Thank you. You? Korea. Thank you. Thank you so much. Many guys are from foreign countries. Okay, back to the demo. Here is a Japanese version of Microsoft Word. Most of UIs are same with the English version, but Japanese version of Microsoft Word has its own vertical mode. And the ribbon, page layout, and the direction for the characters, and vertical mode. And this is a vertical mode. And here's a sample text. Actually, this is my quick introduction by Japanese and English. And control copy and paste it into this vertical word. Okay, here it is. For you, I expand the size into this one. As you can see, all English words rotated by the 90 degree for the vertical mode. And when I type into something here, developers, and I copy this, developers like Steve B. And yes, English is wrapping by word, right? But in Japanese, this is my Japanese quick intro. And this one is katakana by Japanese. Is for software in Japanese. I copy this one and paste it into like developers. But Japanese has a different type of wrapping system. So it wrapping by characters, each characters. So and it's a good example for the difference of culture of the writing system. So I think every language has its own characteristics by this way. Okay. And then I'm going to show you the Hebrew version of the PowerPoint. First, I'm going to show you the Office Online by the English. Yes, this one. This one is a US version of the Microsoft Office Online. Please remember this page. And then I'm going to show you the Hebrew version of this page. Yes. Do you know the difference? This one is US. This one is Hebrew version. It's set directly opposite position, right? And I'm losing my scroll bar here, but there is. As Hebrew is a bidirectional language, so it is in left side. And this one is a Hebrew version of PowerPoint. By its nature, bidirectional languages, as bidirectional languages, Hebrew version of PowerPoint is set in the position is directly opposite side, but some icons are ordinary way. This one is. This icon must be for word art. We are using a right hand for the writing something. So we all human are doing same things. So I think Microsoft guys decided to no change required for this icon. Okay. And these two Office products are localized and applied market customization, but most of logic are same as the English one. And it is a good hint for designing our application. Okay. We can refer from the menu of Microsoft product, and then back to the slide. Yes, this one is for formats and quantities. Let's take the kind of quiz. If we're writing like this, 01/02/03, what is today? Please think about it. It depends on the locale itself. Japanese will say third. US guys will say second, and UK, Europe guys will say first. Yes, it depends on locale. If you were using Gregorian calendar, even if there was different writing system, date is same date. It is difference of formatting for same value, I think. And there are some format has different unit for counting. Celsius or Fahrenheit, kilogram or pound, mile or kilometers, etc. That is, translating the language does not fully localize, internationalize. For example, Ireland and England both speak English, but Ireland is the right pronunciation, use kilometers, English use miles. And thinking about the currency. In the United States, you write just like this, $150.00. In Japan, we write just like this. This is a kanji for the 150 yen. We pronounce like 150 yen. N is a unit for this currency. And not just like this, Y 150.00, okay? We don't have a cent-like unit right now, so it does not fit with the 0.00 writing way, except the trading situation. Okay? And value of currency can fluctuate based on the trading rate and other factors, so that it cannot simply translate. Okay? And Microsoft points on Xbox Live. Are you playing Xbox? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, thank you. Microsoft points on Xbox Live has same unit with the worldwide. And Second Life has its own currencies, Linden dollars. If you are planning to the international application with some exchanging feature, these are a good example. It does not need to exchange the rate with other factors, with other trading rate. Okay, yes, and these are a good example. And then next, we'll take a look about the difference in company logos. Yes, it's talking about the most important things in previous list of challenges, custom and cultures. We have different way of thinking and behavior based on each culture. These are the very good starting point. Okay. I'm going to show you this one. Actually, I love Toys R Us. This is a Toys R Us of Japan. Okay. Toys R Us has its own famous logo. It is, according to their official history web, founder Mr. Charles Lazarus settled on the name Toys R Us with a backward R. Although the name drew from parents and teachers alike for its grammatical incorrectness, Lazarus knew it was an attention getter. Okay? At that time, Mr. Lazarus founded Toys R Us, he might never have thought about there are 700 more stores in 34 over countries. In Japan too. And Japanese franchise owner of Toys R Us, actually as of McDonald's too, decided to change their logo for adapting for Japanese market. And just like this, I'm back to the slide. Yes, it is just like this. Do you know what I mean? Japanese based on the sound. Toys R Us translated into Japanese just like this, Toizarasu. Okay? Toiza and su is based on katakana, but this one, la sound, la is the same word for backward R. Is a hiragana. It is only hiragana. It's inside. So it's the same. It is the same grammatical incorrectness. Okay. Yes, and I think it is fit for the philosophy of the Toys R Us. So it's culture adapting. And next, Intel is one of the most famous company with their marketing campaign, Intel Inside. Do you know this? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Do you remember this? So this is not right for every Japanese. Okay. Intel marketing staff changes their message by Japanese just like this. I pronounce by Japanese, Interu, haiteru. Again, Interu. Haiteru is a rhyme. With English, Intel, inside, this part, the rhyme. And in Japanese, in teru, hai teru is a rhyme. Is a perfect culture adapting, I think. Okay, it has same meaning. And as you see, we Japanese has a different name position in the writing system. That name, Eriko Tamaki, is in English way. Eriko is a first name, and Tamaki is the last name. You US guys are writing about this way. First name first, and last name second. And then, if you were developing app with IA10, if you just translate it into Japanese, just like this, Eriko Tamaki is in the opposite side with the usual Japanese way. Okay, usual way is last one, Tamaki, Eriko, and we usually add the reading for that kanji by hiragana. It's a Japanese hiragana is using for the reading for the kanji. Tamaki, Eriko is adding message with the name by kanji. Okay, I'm talking about Brood. Are you playing Halo 3? Yes? Thank you. Brood. When I'm playing Halo 3, every time I'm suffering from that Brood guys. Brood, do you know the Brood race name? Brood race name is Jaru Hanae. Any Koreans here? You, Korean? I think I heard about it. Jaru Hanae is a very insulting, dirty word in Korea. Is it right? Okay. My pronunciation is wrong, but believe me, it is a very insulting word. So Korean Halo 3 teams decided to release with changing name with this. And this is a decision for the avoiding problem. It's not just translation. We should understand the culture to avoiding problem. And if needed, we have to swap part of UI also. Okay, it's a time for showing some WPF demo with code. Okay. First, I'm going to show you the application itself. Hit the F5. Yes. This is our sample application for the IA10. We are developing some type of address book. We can rotate this application by WPF storyboard smoothly. And we can change the language mode with these buttons. Now it is based on Japanese, but I can change into English. Okay? Change in English, change Japanese. Okay? The English one is wider than Japanese, right? Because it is based on the address line. I'm sorry. Usually, English is usually longer than Japanese. So if you are developing kind of IA10, you should think about the difference of width of the each forms. Okay. And then I'm taking a look at the code. Yes. This is a basic solution structure for the IA10. It has some part. It has resources folder inside. And I place some kind of dictionary.xaml file. Common dictionary.xaml file is using for common dictionary for every controls. Okay? And image brush dictionary.xaml is usually made by expression design or any other design tool. Is using for XAML vector is inside. Okay? And we placed two localized dictionary underbar EN and underbar JP XAML inside. When I hit this, please view this. It's a localized word is inside. Okay. And let's take a look at the main window.xaml. This is a very simple main window XAML, and it reads just like this: globalization, sample controls, main controls. Main controls is in this place, and I'm take a look with the brand for this control. Okay. With this control, yes, I hit this part and split. Okay. Yes. And this one is for main control. And someone, I wonder someone realized about the difference of forms. I hit the F5 again. Please view this part. Do you remember this name? Tamaki Eriko is inside with my PowerPoint slide. This one is reading for this kanji by hiragana. But you US guys don't need that type of forms. So when I change it into English mode, it crops in. Okay? And it's code inside. I dig in main control by expression brand. And here it is. Control, main control. Yes. This one. This one is hiragana is reading for this kanji. I click the place for digging in the application to the showing some code in it. Oops, sorry. Stop on it. Okay. Here, this. Okay. Oops. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Where is my nope. quick inside. Yes, here it is. Sorry. Oh no, it doesn't work. Anyway, it is collapsing by the property of this element by the code. With the Visual Studio, we can confirm the mechanism of collapsing. We want to dig in the XAML.cs. When I click the English button, call this function. In ordinary way, we can change the locale with this line, current thread dot current culture equal this kind of things. But I omitted this by the demo for the simpler one. Okay, and then call this function hide fooligana. This is collapsing forms, right? And then go to definition. Okay. Panel 0 first fooligana dot visibility equal visibility dot collapse. When I call this, that forms for fooligana yomi by hiragana is collapsing. It is in same XAML, but can be collapsing. Okay, works for the multi-languages. And then that forms is in the stack panel. Stack panel is using for the flow layout of the WPF. So if you developers using with flow layout, we can tweak something in the root XAML. Okay, this one is root main windows.xaml. This is flow direction properties for the whole application. Okay. For your information, hit F5 again. Please remember the UI this way, okay? And close, and I tweak this into right to left, and save, and hit F5. Do you know? It's a bidirectional, right to left. It's like a snap. If you follow the with flow layout by the WPF, it set directly opposite side, opposite position, with one code. Okay, it's the beauty of the WPF. Okay. Yes, this is our sample demo for the WPF. Okay. And then back to the slide. I want to make sure about what I see. Okay. So what did we just see? Let's summarize. Some collapsing UI elements for the multi-languages. And alt layout by flow layout. In the snack panel, in the mother grid, just like this. And flow direction, left to right and right to left, is a very special way for changing the direction for the characters. And there are some other tools in WPF, LockBAML. LockBAML is a tiny tools uploaded in MSDN. For the complicated multi-language application, you can try with this tiny application. This tiny application is using for translating the resource into the each country's resources. But we don't have a time for explanation this deeply, so I can show you the quick intro by the page. And in the MSDN, there are specific info about the rock BAML. Oh, could not find. Hey, it's a presentation. I'm sorry. I promise you the pin the URL of this after the presentation. Okay. Let's back to the slide again. And there are many rich layout control in the WPF, like stack panel, grid, just like this. I'll show you with the brand later. Okay. And then please consider to separate logic and UI as possible as you can. If you do so, you can change the direction for the characters or something like this, just like that way. Okay. And if needed, prepare UI for each region with each XAML. If your language adoption is easy way, like collapsing hiragana, just like this, but in some cases, we need more complex UI for each country. If so, please prepare UI for each region with each XAMLs. But it depends on cost. I'm talking about this later. Okay. And internationalization in Silverli, I'd like to show you a quick demo about this. And I'm going to show you again the GAO demo. Kitamura-san show you some. Do you remember that application is in Keynote video? No? Yes? It reads many things, but I'd like to show you the integration with Ajax for the Silverli 1.0. This part, these thumbnails are within Silverli part, but this part is based on Ajax. I'm going to show you the border of the border between the Silverli and Ajax. When I cover this, this is invisible borderline for the between each of applications.
北の空には無数の魔女たち。
It's a golden compass of the Japanese version. Unfortunately, with the Silverli 1.0, we can't input any Japanese character, any double byte character within the form. And we can't show the double byte character in usual way. There is a way for showing them, but we can't use usual way. But we have beta 1 of the Silverli 2.0 now. So I'm going to show you the quick up. Oh, no. by this one. Okay. This is just for demo. This is not comparing demo, but I can show you some. Page.xaml. Okay. This is Japanese, and this is just text by English. And hit F5. No. Nope. I'm going to show you by the Visual Studio. Actually, it is in beta version of the brand, so I should use the Visual Studio for this. And Close Solution, and Silverli Application 1. Okay. And hit F5 for the same project. Yes, with Silverli 2.0, we can input any Japanese, just like this. Okay. This is a very simple demo, but at last we can input Japanese with Silverli, with Silverli 2. Okay. And back to the slide. Okay. So let's summarize what we just see. At last, we can input the appropriate characters. And even with 1.0, we can show them by integration with AJAX or usual HTML control with the JavaScript bridging the data. And there are some new things in Silverli 2. System font support. Font size is one of the problems. US font is usually 100K or less. Is it right? Japanese font is over the 4 mega or something. There are a lot of characters in the inside. So if system font supported, it can use with the system font. So it does not need to download any font with your application. And support the rich layer support for the with like WPF. I'm going to show you some controls supporting. No, it's stuck. Okay. Supporting the new brand. It's now in beta 1, but it supports grid, canvas, and stack panel, scroll viewer, and border. And there are many controls, and it's inside. Button, checkbox, list box, ready button, scroll bar, slider, grid splitter. There is a grid 2 right now in the with beta 1. Okay. And back to the slide. Okay, I should hurry up. Okay. And UX as a new layer, users have increasingly sophisticated expectation. For example, once you were using iPhone, your expectation is high as iPhone, right? This is a typical characteristics of the experience. Is like a bar is an iPhone. If you are developing the phone experience, you should overcome the iPhone, right? But with UX technologies, we have increasingly sophisticated tools too. And with a highly productive UI development mechanism like XAML, or flow layout, or with rich UI controls. And good design is more than just pretty pictures or good user interactions. Good design means designing for everything about the application, including IA10 at an early stage. I know there are many type of iterative process like XP, but if we don't design first, we cannot shape design later. Okay, we should design first for the many of things. Okay, I'm going to talk about managing the design processes. If you could, thinking about IA10, could you please place a culture advisor or partners for each specific market? Okay. And if you decided to develop IA10s or apps, you should define scope first. What kind of language do you support, or what kind of layout do you support, or etc. And then define UI according to target UX. Then define appropriate architectures for target UX. And then, as the last thing, define solution project structure for development. It's the last things. It's not first things, okay? And according to our experience about development, we should balance the power of the projects. For the system domain is the technology side. For the presentation domain is the designer side. For the business domain, for the business decision maker side, these three domains must be one and the same. I'd like to show you with our team model later. And we should form better team workflow for these type of managing design processes. And these are our team model of the for the development experience. We don't have much of time, but let's run it through. PM is a product manager. As a director for, if we are thinking about movie creation, product manager is the director. And there are XA as a technical director, and XD, experienced designer, as a producer, like Jerry Bruckheimer. And there are system developer as a construction foreman. And ID is interaction developers, like actor, and graphic designer, like art director. Especially in ID, I wrote who has code eye for interaction. What the code eye is, when I bouncing the balls like this, ID guys, oh, this shape is like this type of function. Do you know what I mean? If they saw the things, they can translate it automatically into the code in the brain. Okay, as characteristics for the ID guys. And this is a team model by that rows inside. It is a fit for three domains: business domains for the PM, XA, XD, system management domains for the SD, ID, XA, and presentation domain is for ZD and XD and ID. And then we can separate this model into the vertical, with the vertical line. Left side is approaching from the inside to the outside. Right side is approaching from the outside to the inside. Left side is approaching by the domain model or data model or data schema or something. Right side is approaching by the use case or prototype paper prototyping UI, something. And then we can separate it with a horizontal line too. Upper line is for the business goal. Middle line is for design. The word design is dangerous in some cases. Design in the broad sense, design for everything. System design is design. Graphic design is design too. Experience design is design too. As a whole, design is in the middle range. And lower range is implementation with the real action with the tools. For thinking about thinking about I-18, as I mentioned, we should define the scope for each application. We should define the scope in the experience design phases. Is the very first phase of the development. This is a huge phases, but I don't have much time. If you want to talk about this phase, please talk about this to me later. Okay, and then XZ has its own goal. XZ defines a goal and target. If defines the goal, we are involving into the prototyping phase. It's inside. Is this square? With the outside design, we should define the. Okay, back to that's right. Remember this. Okay. Define scope in the experience design phases, and then define UI, and define architectures, and then define solution. Okay. And back to the workflow. In the outside design, we should define the UI and the architecture with the prototyping. And then then last phase of the prototyping is review. If review is okay, we are evolving into the real product development. Real product development phase is for the defining something specific, like a solution or a project structure. Okay, and then the final phase is for the business owner. If they said okay, is the end of project. Okay. And there are the tools roles relationship for the specific tools. And there are system developers and interaction developers and graphic designers in the implementation area. My key message is Visual Studio is not for only developers. Okay, I think interaction developer is a diviner as a message of Microsoft, but usually we recognize interaction developer as the designer. Designer is using the Visual Studio too, but mainly using Blend. Okay, it is wrapping. And XAML is for everyone. XAML is a common language for the implementers. Okay, XAML is for the Visual Studio and is for the expression Blend and expression design and other tools like Illustrator. Okay. And there are some type of layer of application. If you separate it into these layers, just like this, There are business logic, event, control layout, interaction, asset. With thinking about architectures, we should separate it into that kind of layers. If we separate it just like this, thinking about IA10, which we can concentrate it in the control layout things and in some cases asset things. But with interaction, with event, with business logic is the same. Please thinking about Microsoft Office, or please thinking about my WPF simple sample demo. With same interaction, with same business logic, with same event, right? Okay. Yes. In conclusion, internationalization is important, and we are a global community, right? The world is the world we live is a huge market for huge success, and there are many challenges, but they can be overcome, I think. And rich tools combined with disciplined process can be used for the overcoming. Okay? But unfortunately, it is impossible. I think it is impossible to achieve every UI design layout with one old layer XAML. But we can use parent-child XAML for replacing partially for dedicated culture. Okay? We can separate the parts of the UI for each cultures. XAML has its own tree structure, so it can be a child of the parent. Okay. I think XAML works for IA10. With the XAML technologies, we just think about IA10 easily. So thinking about IA10 is costs more, but we can acquire another market with the IA10 apps for the Korean market, for Chinese market, for any other regions. So it costs more, but you can earn more with IA10 apps. And so please think about IA10 with the WPF or XAML application. And then now we have Silverli 2, so please think about Silverli with the IA10. Okay. And here's some resources for the IA10. There is a very good article within MSDN, Get World Ready article. It's very good chance, a very good first point to the running the IA10 things. And on the Wikipedia, I like Wikipedia. Wikipedia has its own multi-language mode. If I dig in, for example, I'm researching about hiragana by English, by Japanese, by Germany, it is okay. It has same meaning by multi-language. For better understanding, you could research with the Wikipedia. And there are some useful sessions in the sessions visit MIX.com. This session is recording too, but last remix, last mix, MIX07. MIX07 has very useful panels about cultural difference by Aaron Marcus and Kelly Goto. Please refer these panels for better understanding the difference of culture, please. And my presentation is the end. That's it. Any questions, please? No? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming to taking time. Please fill out the evaluation and code map. Thank you.